yeah, we are here.
We're back.
Oh, yes, because we still talk about
Your shit,
their shit,
her shit,
and our shit.
because this is
Grown Woman Shit Podcast. Yes, let's get it.
I am still your girl, Donnell.
And I am your girl, Zeb Dior.
And we are in the building in
yes.
the one and only Elijah.
Yes.
Mr. Edward Elijah himself.
Yes, our boo to the show.
Okay.
Best
our
trust and
celebrity
believe.
designer. Our
Yes.
brother from another.
Absolutely, he is doing his thing.
Okay.
Showing
Shout
out.
outs. He
So-
got the Black I Am Award.
He sure did. Hey,
Congratulations to all of those designers and award winners. They were amazing.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I think that night was a night of Black excellence for sure.
It definitely was, and that's why your daddy was in the building.
Oh, yeah, shout outs to my dad.
Yes, shout out to
he
Dad.
works with a lot of America's youth. I can't even say just Atlanta because he
Yeah.
travels all over America to deal with everybody's baby kids. So send your kids to school and let them know. Stop bullying and stop taking the benefit of the doubt.
And that's what we're going to be talking about.
Definitely.
You know, people have developed, what we say, mechanisms to cope with world, cope with
Definitely.
people, cope with just life in general.
Definitely.
And one thing that we give people is a lot of benefit of to be a person of trustworthiness,
Yes.
reliability.
Benefit our doubt all the time. Just because somebody is quiet doesn't mean that they don't know something. So I think that,
And it's more than that. Just
yeah,
like
a lot of people quiet is kept. I think that people will take an advantage of
Exactly.
a situation thinking that they're really going to be above everybody. In actuality, you're taking advantage of everybody. And that right there is where people benefit
right
off of
So,
other people and their doubts.
we have been in the industry for some years now, and that being the case, it's come to where a lot of shows we've done, a lot of interactions with people get the case of amnesia, or that we provide a service and they don't want to pay for it.
How we've had so many models come to us in so many
Yes.
different ways, even
Yes.
designers.
Absolutely.
Complaining about just the fact that here I am, I'm bringing you the show. The production doesn't have a show without a designer, and they definitely don't have a show without a model. But here we
Get that
go.
Two snaps.
Okay.
You know.
And as we show up, we do our part, and then they benefit off of us. But we're
Exactly.
doubting that they're just going to go ahead and leave us dry and hanging. But in actuality, everybody's in it for themselves. So definitely, models, we stand with you
Absolutely.
in every fight you have.
Yeah, we
okay?
fight too.
Okay.
We are fighting too. You know,
Definitely.
we've done, events and things like that nature. And, when you go through all those steps, you got to get ready. You got to get this hair done. You got to travel. You got to get your face done. And all
My
this stuff
face
is not
alone
cheap.
is at least a $350 face every time I do it.
Yo, and the time that it takes, it's not no wham bam 10-minute job. We
Not
take
at
our
all.
time, especially when we present ourselves to the public in the sense and nature of we have a job to do.
That
So
part.
with that job going to be done correctly, we expect payments, we expect compensation,
Some
and-
gratitude.
Right, and not
Just a little
think that,
bit.
oh, they're just going to do it just because, or, she's going to do it just because, off
We're
a GP.
friends. Or
So we got to learn better in this
Yes.
industry that, sometimes deposits are needed
Yes.
before even walking in.
and that's one thing I've learned actually as a
Yeah.
cosmetologist, like
Yeah.
just in general. Like I stopped doing family members' hairs a long time ago
Yeah.
because they were always benefiting. Like you'll
Right.
go and pay full service from
Oh,
a
yeah.
stranger.
From a
Have no
stranger.
problem going to pay full service because you want it done, knowing that you can't do it at home. So you call me. And then you don't want to pay full service. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
I'm charging even more. What the fuck you talking? Anything.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. But yeah, people benefit off of people's doubts all the time. And
Right.
I think that people come off gullible. But in actuality, don't take me for being a helpful person as gullible.
Right. I've been in this industry long enough to see the way people are treated in sense of, do you feel like they're worthy of this amount? Really? You've been in
Are
this
we all
industry.
not here?
Yo, you'll end up getting paid and don't want to pay the person, in these productions.
And even then, like, even if the production can't pay the model, I think if the model is selling the designer's garment,
Right.
break off at least 10% of that sale price, because at the end of the day, you wasn't going to sell it without it being on a hanger.
Right. And they need us more than you think. But see,
Trust and
the
believe.
catch-22 is there are models out here, designers out here willing to do it for a little of nothing.
Yeah.
And people are picking them because they just want the exposure. They're just coming up. They're going to, later on. But the ones that are experienced and going through these things and know the knowledge to give you your best fit for the position that you actually got us for, and you get nothing.
True.
And that is unfair in so many fields. So you take our benefit. You're benefiting completely off of
What I'm bringing to the table.
completely taking care of business.
Yeah. It's a job every time we go.
Absolutely.
And that's why one thing for sure, and I always try to tell all our model friends, is just because it's a show doesn't mean you got to be involved. It does not. I will be not there
right.
real quick before you will see me at every show.
Right. You gotta set a limit and a standard, because they're not gonna just do it off of, you get yourself a manager. That way, that part is secure before anything else. Or if you're doing it on your own, if this is a paid gig, okay, when do you get paid? How do you get paid? These questions are something that needs to happen.
Checklist.
So if you're trying to be that paid model out here, y'all, these
Get
are
on
the
it.
things that you gotta go through.
A lot of
it's your
freelance
decision.
models, though. There's a lot of freelance models.
Yeah.
And I get it, because there's a lot of scammers out there as well.
Absolutely.
And we've also had firsthand experience of just modeling talent agencies that just don't give what they say that they're giving. They portray that they got this, they
All
got
day.
that. They got models, of course,
Right.
but they're not paying out
on
a
a
model.
promise and a hope and a dream.
A hope and a dream.
And that's
And
what
that's not
it's
it.
selling at first, because nothing comes of it later on.
Exactly.
So, and they're benefiting for sure, but where are we standing?
And we're just, you keep telling me that the money's coming or the job is coming. Don't let them tell you that, because if they can get you into one job for free, they're only going to market you for free everywhere else.
Right. Oh, I got her. She'll do it for me. That's what it comes down to.
Can't do it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So they're good with me. So I'll put them in and say they just doing it for me, and then you get all the free everything, because they're gonna advertise for you, and that's what happens. We advertise because we want to promote ourselves.
That we're going to be in the show,
exactly,
but
and
then
we
now
want
your
people to come
show is
over.
packed.
Right.
With people that I done brought in.
Exactly.
And you couldn't even do it yourself.
And paid money to come see me, but you still benefit off of it. That's the kind of stuff that has been going on for years.
Yes.
On my end, I'm owning up to that, and it's not fair.
Yeah.
But I do it because I really love this.
I feel like when I got back into the industry, I mean, some people get into it for a hobby, which is fine.
Right.
I personally got into it again when my grandmother passed away. And if it wasn't for my stepmom asking me to be her assistant, I would have been 3,000 miles away from a runway, Fast and the Furious. But when I got back into it, it was more like, I guess it just takes my mind off of the grieving process. You know what I mean? It was cool. I was getting paid. Definitely was nice to get paid, but it wasn't something that I was like mandatory payment. But now, grieving process is over. I'm going to definitely need to be paid.
Absolutely.
Pay me or pay me no attention.
Right, and I feel you on that, because it gets to where we want to do these things, and we've grown to love people in the industry.
Yeah.
And we've grown to want
It is a
more.
family.
It is.
It becomes one.
But some people you got to stay away from, just like your family. Some of them you got to stay away from. They don't always mean the best for you.
Family can't always do you right. Family be the first to do you dirty.
Yeah, and the support.
Yeah.
That's the messed up part for years, people go through without support in this industry.
They do.
And then, slowly, but when they make it
is when everybody wants to come out.
I always supported you.
I always loved your pictures.
I've
always
seen
all
liked
your
them.
videos.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Did you come to any show?
Yeah.
Did you actually
Did
pay
you
for
shoot me
anything?
some gas money?
Okay. Did you sponsor some trips? What's
hey,
up?
did you throw me
Okay.
some lipstick in the bag?
Okay.
It's all these things, and people don't know there's behind the scenes of a lot of. They just say, "Oh, bam, they're made up and all this." It takes time.
It's a lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears. We do
Practice.
shows. Oh God, I've been
Heels.
casting director and all types of stuff where there's non-stop activity. You got
Absolutely.
hair, makeup,
Right.
models rolling in, designers still strolling in. Some designers still need to be
Coordination.
casted. It's just
Exactly.
runways still being built. All of these things are still going on behind the scenes, and then you still got all these models who are showing up hours and hours in advance before a show even starts, sweltering, busting down whatever face they did come with.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
And for the ones that know how to do their face.
Like, come on
and then
now.
the ones that don't know, because I used to be in that boat as well, waiting for my makeup to get done.
Yeah.
And then it's taking all day because there's so many models waiting for their makeup to be done. Do you know the frustration when it comes down to crunch time and your makeup is still not done?
Man.
Oh my God.
And then you're the rush job on the runway.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Halfway. I like
No, thank you.
It's a mess. It's a
Can't
mess.
do
We
it.
go through so much.
Yeah.
And for it to be where
It's a
you
normal
get
thing
nothing.
around
Thank
here.
you for walking for me.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming
it's
out.
exposure. Don't ask me to help you pay your gas bill because just tell Georgia Power that you got exposure.
Right. The gas
think
that you
that's
came with
crazy.
today, I hope you can make it back home and maybe to somewhere to get some food. Maybe.
Like, hopefully you got money for the food because I don't have that either.
That part.
Shit. Most of the time we're told we're going to get snacks.
Yeah.
We
and
don't
you
even
know,
get fed.
certain things with me, I don't like to be heavy eating when it comes to that part of the, getting ready process. I don't like to feel heavy of anything. Like sodas is a no. I don't
Yeah.
really drink soda anyway.
That's a
But
no-go for me too.
yeah, it's more or less along the lines of, I want to drink water enough that I am hydrated, but not enough that I want to bust, and then I got to go on the runway, and then I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, the worst feeling is having to
And then
use
you're
the
wrapped up in
restroom.
everything.
Everything,
And then
layers of garment, and you can't do
the
shit.
designer's outfits.
Everything.
And you have to be mindful of that.
But
Sometimes
then
you
my
can't sit
thing
down.
is that most of the time, so call time.
Right.
90% of the time, a show started like 7 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
Call time be 11 o'clock in the fucking morning. Who has time? Nobody even barely has time to shit, shower, and shave at that point. But thank God we get it done. Please don't come into the show funky. But,
That part.
but in that case, 90% of the time, you've already done, you're tired from the show from the night before, because
Right.
most of our models are booked and busy.
Right.
Tired from the show from the night before. You barely got any sleep. Woke up early because you still got an ass cracking it on. Call time, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then you're like, damn, well, they said they're going to feed us. So that's the last thing you're worried about is eating. They're like, I'll eat when I get there. I'll just grab something and snack on. But then when you get there, you not being paid. You rushed. You came face ready. You did all these things. Got your own hair, brought your own shoes, got all these things. Still not getting paid and still not being fed. Where the fuck they do that at?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta,
I can only
unfortunately.
tell you that Atlanta needs to step all the way the
all
fuck
the way up, yo.
'Cause it don't make
you want
sense.
to act like you're this and that, and you still don't have a pot to piss in, and
Or a
barely
window
a
to throw it out of. Okay. I
mean,
swear. It's
deadass.
sad. Poor little out for the homie is all I can say because Atlanta needs to let certain things rest. I think that a lot of people here are very ambitious, which is good.
Absolutely, I love it.
And I think that a lot of people have a very headstrong personality where they believe in themselves to the point that they believe they can do all things possible.
And that's great.
And
That's
that
great
is
to have.
such a great, and like, I'm all here for it.
Right.
But don't fake it to make it.
But that's
when it
mostly what
goes
it
and
is.
involves other people
Right,
and their
yeah.
livelihoods.
Right.
Because now you are trying to take the benefit from their doubt.
Perpetrating the fraud, big time.
That part. Don't sit here and say that you're this and you're that and you got this going on and you got this going on and you're drawing people into it and
Right.
they're thinking they're going to benefit. They're going to benefit. They're going to put their all into you and
Yeah.
you're going to bring back this
Trust
investment.
and believe and know that
No.
you give off the feeling of, I am the person that is going to get you to that next level.
Man.
And then what?
Nothing.
You've been on that level, that plateau for the longest, and
Oh.
you still not making where you. But that so-called person that got it is benefiting.
Literally, like, oh, I can't take it. I've seen management claim to be management,
Right.
have models set up,
Right.
go, models waste their own gas. I've seen models go and be like, oh, I'm booked in New York. And then you be like, okay, so what is your management team doing for you? Are they paying for your travel? They're paying for your stay? They're paying for your accommodations? Like, what are they doing?
No, I gotta pay
I
for
gotta do
all
all
that
of that.
myself. I don't even know where I'm gonna stay in New York, but I got auditions. Oh, trust me, I've heard it all. The stories.
so sad.
And it's really horrible to know. Sometimes when you're a traveling model, it's tough anyway.
It is.
But when you don't have someone really backing you doing it, and you're
The proper
winging it,
backing, for sure, it definitely goes the wrong way. It goes the wrong way for a lot of these people out here
Right.
because they want to do something that they see and they can't execute
and
it the same way.
These are people's dreams, hopes, and the things that they want to achieve in life, and they really feel wholeheartedly that you're gonna provide that because this is what you're saying. These are the dreams that you're selling to people, saying, I'm gonna get you there. And then all the time you're getting yourself situated for your glory, for your setup, and leaving them behind.
Yeah.
And then saying it's their fault. It's your fault. You're not this. You're not. Come on. It
You
can't
can't
be
do
that
that
way.
way.
and then you have to find, I guess you just have to find the right people.
I think
you
that
know?
all shit floats. My parents, I grew up with that one. Like, you can go ahead and think that it's going to sink and you can do some dirty shit and it's going to hit the water. It's going to go down. But that shit's going to float eventually. So eventually somebody's going to see the dirt that you done did to get to where you are. And you going to be just as disintegratable as everybody else when I tell you, because they going to chop you up left and right. It reminds me of Inventing Anna on Netflix.
Okay.
You remember that movie, Anna Delvey?
I've heard it.
It's a good one. Like, she was living just a life of manipulation.
What?
I swear, it was just some like random white girl. You know what I mean?
Is that the one that went overseas and was pretending to be a princess or
something
a
like
duchess
she
or
was
something like that?
something like stupid like that. Like her born into money, and all of this stuff, and she was hanging out with all the rich white folks
The
and all the
socialites
privilege.
and-
Exactly.
okay, yeah. I
You know
think
what I mean?
watched
But then
that.
in actuality, she
She
ain't
nothing.
nothing. You know what I mean? They chewed her up and spit her out.
Ooh,
And it's
we know a couple of
reality.
them.
It is reality. But that's what happens when people benefit off your doubt.
Yeah, I mean, you want to believe, trust and believe in what people are telling you.
Yeah.
You know, and
If somebody gives you their true colors, definitely don't try to repaint them.
right, don't make them a zebra because they are horse.
Okay. I watched a morbid facts on Pablo Escobar, I want to say.
Yeah.
And it was like he bought his daughter a horse and then stapled a horn
Oh shit.
and some wings on the back to make it a unicorn. The thing died
I'm
eventually
sure.
from infections, but the same thing. You might benefit from this now. It might look like a unicorn and everything at the moment.
That is
but
horrible.
It's just gonna die off in a moment.
Perpetrating a fraud.
Okay.
So yeah, let's stop doing that. Come on now, we're better than that by now. I
It's
think.
2023.
Yo, we are almost in 2024.
Oh my God.
We are months away.
That's
This year has popped in and popped
popped
the fuck
out like crazy. And then guess what? People still getting played for being nice. I swear.
So we're
times have
changing
changing.
the narrative.
Yes.
Yeah, we're Open your
Don't
eyes.
hit anybody if you aren't willing to meet them where they are. If you need somebody to assist you in some way or form, then you got to be able to pay for that assistance.
Right. Don't expect everything is going to be free and off GP because
I personally think
Come on.
we're about to get into some type of bartering problem because I promise you the way that the world is not spinning, it's about
are
to start to
happening.
get ugly where people are going to really need to start leaning on each other. And
Right.
bridges are getting burnt faster and faster because people don't know how to treat genuine people.
Right.
Good.
Come on now. So,
Yeah.
grabbing a hold of everything that's happening in the world right now and knowing that we're going to have to come together in a better sense.
We're going to have to come together like
growth.
booty cheeks and make it clap. And that just
we
is
got to grow
is.
us. We
Yes.
have to grow us as a people because it's going to be to that point.
Definitely.
Okay? Times are changing. You can't always expect everything for free anymore, but if the services are mutual, then
That's when
where
it benefits everybody.
Exactly. Just don't think about yourself. Just don't think that it's going to be, okay, I'm going to get as much as I can out of this person, dry them up, wash them out.
Who and
and on
then
to
what
the
happens?
next.
Because see, my thing is you can do that now. We're gonna make a beautiful production. We're gonna do all of that and everything. But then later on, when you've already burnt this bridge and you need to come back to it because you know that production speaks volumes, you're not gonna have the same help, and then
no,
everybody's gonna see
exactly.
the difference within the
Exactly.
production, and then we're gonna be like, damn, well, we see where it really was, and
Exactly.
not
Yeah.
with you.
No more rose-colored glasses for everybody.
Yeah.
That's basically what it boils down to. No more rose-colored glasses. We're going to take them off. We're going to be real with each other.
Get us some bifocals so we can
So we
see
see
Coke
better.
bottle clear.
Clear.
Okay.
Because it's time. It really is time because we're just going through too much, the back and forth. We have to learn. And this is where contracts come in.
Oh.
and if it's
Notarize
business.
contracts at that, because at this point, I'm about to have my notary just on standby. They call
That'll
me.
be me.
Exactly.
That's going to be me.
Exactly. Do you come and
Yes.
notarize this? Because they talking funny.
Right.
But always remember, step to me with down payments ready.
Right. Deposits ready. And sometimes I used to hear that back when I first started, how people was saying that. And I didn't quite understand. I understand
now.
clearly now.
Well, you know what's funny is I mean, now that we are definitely in that experience range of the industry, I was looking at a chart, of course, and it said new models need to pay new photographers. It was like,
yeah.
certain models, little professional models or whatever, experience and then professional models. Experience needs to pay experienced photographers, and then professional needs to pay for professional. But then there's like the trade and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people need to know where they stand and the level that you stand on, because at this time and day, we need you to come correct when you step to each other.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're going to get it.
Eventually, but that's what we've been saying. We're in 2023.
Right. And it's been a long time coming.
Definitely.
So, we have to stand together if we're in the industry. And you see how it happened with the film industry. They was like, okay, no more, we're on strike. We're not doing this. But see, then we have the independent filmmakers that say, oh, we don't need them big people anymore because we have capabilities
They got
and we
Tubi.
have other ways of actually producing our films, getting it out there with the actors are ready to work.
That
So
part.
I'm not even knocking that. That's independent, still trying to get your money, get your money.
Get it.
You
How
know what I'm
you hit
saying?
it.
So, but it's still, when you're big out there, you're thinking, even when you ain't big up there, you
Honestly,
think you can take advantage of the little people.
I've seen people who ain't so big think they got big thoughts and
But they
treat
ain't
people.
got
Yeah,
nothing.
they really don't. It's a facade.
And it is.
Oh,
And, we
They gotta have
pray.
like a book for dummies on this.
I'm probably
They have
book
to.
for dummies on doubt.
I know, huh? Benefit of the doubt for dummies.
Yeah, for real. And we got to stop that, though. Just come real. This industry stuff that we're in, it's hard. people don't care about you the way
Shit,
they do.
treat me how you
or
want to
say
be
they do.
treated. If your time is money, my time is money too. Like, you can't go to
exactly.
You got car notes, you got kids, you got
Right.
all these things. Everybody got the same lineup when it comes to adulting in reality.
And I'm not just talking because I'm a model, but knowing that from a model point of view, because we've had a lot of models come to us and have talked to us about this.
Yes.
So from their point of view, we're expressing that today,
Right.
saying because
It's not all personal because this is across
Right.
the board.
Exactly.
This has been in
They've
our
come and said, well,
inboxes. We probably would have had a guest on the show today
right.
and had a whole lot of
Was
chime
ready.
in.
But we on season 2, baby,
I
and
can't believe.
we are pumping it out.
Look,
We're getting
with the
it done.
real deal Holyfield,
Oh, yeah,
just
we're
know
coming through with
we
you.
have been in our inbox.
Yes.
We have checked it, and we are chiming and twisting it up as
Getting
much
it out.
as we can for the fact that it's going to get exposed eventually.
Right.
We just got to blow it in the air like smoke.
Right. So that's keep coming to us on Grown Woman Shit. Our email address, grownwomanshit@gmail.com.
Yes, and then we got Grown Woman Shits at Grown Woman Shit on IG.
Right.
And then we also have
Grown
Facebook.
Woman Shit and Facebook.
Facebook is Grown Woman Shit Podcast.
Grown Woman Shit Podcast. And
Yes.
then we also, we're working on the TikTok.
Still working on the TikTok.
We're still working on the TikTok.
Definitely. Make sure y'all
life's-
follow when that is there.
For sure.
Make sure y'all follow Ebon Vision.
Oh,
Because
absolutely have
they will
to.
keep you updated as far as when you going to see us again.
you're going to be rocking with us.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. But it's definitely been real. And I think
All
that
the
the
time.
topic is something that is always being pushed. And the
Yeah.
pressure about being taken advantage of
Right.
is across the board. Relationships and business.
Exactly.
It's in everything that we
Right.
deal with in life. Day to day, people are going to try to benefit off your doubt. You
And we
know what I
definitely
mean?
could talk about this more because it ranges so much. It goes beyond just the industry. But
It
so many
does.
models have come to us and told us, yo, what
Is going on
what
lately?
is happening?
Yeah.
Is it just because they know we're good enough and just use that?
To me, if a production can sit there and say, oh, we have all these professional models,
Right?
the professional word right there should put the paycheck in front of
Experience
it.
as well. So
Like-
they know what they're doing.
Exactly.
You're not putting, a dummy down the runway that don't know, and you want to pay as such.
I mean, pretty soon, if they think that they can just send rolling racks down the runway and sell garments, then
can't.
good luck.
You can't. I don't care what
Good
nobody
luck.
says. That's not a body. And people wear clothes.
And it definitely ain't a body that goes your body or my body.
Right. Because we got totally different.
Okay.
So you got to cater to the women. You got to cater to the men. We're all not the same. We're not all size 2 or 0.
No, because I'm thick.
She thick.
I'm hella thick, y'all. But y'all, it's been real.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, I'm your girl, Donnell.
And I will always be your girl, Deb Dior.
Look at her, always seducing y'all. Oh my
Ooh,
God.
you know that's what I do.
This has been Grown Woman Shit Podcast.
Yes, baby.
Brought to you by the one and only Ebon Vision. Content created for and by kings and queens.
Join us every Wednesday on Spotify and YouTube.